discuss about
Let's
Halloween.
compare the certain things though, right? There's certain things that stick out. Like, which Michael Myers did you like better? The one in the zombie ones? The other ones, you know what I mean?
I'm the original. I just watched all 3 last week.
Okay.
And I'm definitely the original after watching them again. The Rob Zombie one, like I said, a lot of people might have liked that more. Me, I didn't. I like a mystery. So like I said, I didn't say the movie. That's kind of what ruined the
What
joke.
about the new one?
Is because
What
I
about the
didn't.
new one? You didn't like the new one?
No, I like the new one.
He was a throwback. He was more
I'd like
of a
to see where
throwback.
else they're going with it, to be honest, before I make any more judgments on the new one. But I mean, I liked
Okay.
it for what it was.
So how about Ron? Let's keep it simple. Which one do you like better? The older?
I
newer Myers?
honestly can't compare because like the original
Gotta
Halloween
pick one, bro.
that was my childhood. I
Pick
grew up
one.
on that, and I watched the Rob Zombies
Commit.
with my daughter.
Pick one.
God.
Which one? Come on. Do it.
God, I really
Character-wise.
I like
nostalgia.
Rob
Come on.
Zombies, man. Rob Zombies was more current.
Yes.
It was
I
more.
liked it.
I love Rob Zombies, and it was more
Yes.
scary, man.
All right,
I'm
good.
sorry, but the original was great. It's
Let
great.
it out.
He had
The
all these
original
other
was great.
masks.
I will still
Get it
watch
out.
the original
Too many
close
masks.
to Halloween.
Yes.
But yeah, I get Rob Zombie, and they gave him a lot of crap for that. But I loved it, man.
I liked him. The dude
And-
was big. He was
Yeah.
gnarly. Like he
And
was a force.
That part I liked. Yeah.
And it's so
I
He
funny.
looked
Yeah.
like you weren't. There wasn't nothing you were gonna do to him, even if he
Nah,
wasn't like
he was a
Michael
beast.
Myers. Like,
He
he
was-
was fuck you up.
he
or
was less
mess you
like-
up either way.
He seemed like because he dies kind of right in the second one, so
Yeah.
he was more. He was big as in the other Halloweens. He was more of like a you couldn't kill him. He was more of a spirit type. You know what I mean?
I will say this.
He
real
was
quick,
the
though.
shape.
Yeah.
My,
yeah.
The
my-
shape.
Yeah.
My daughter, who's 18 now, watched all of them, and to her, she watched the new one with me as well. She's like, "Yo, this sucks. Rob Zombies, that's the one." Just saying.
Oh.
I mean,
I get it.
Let's go,
I
Will
get it.
Dan.
I wouldn't
Will
say
Dan.
sucks.
Will Dan. So who's you pick Zombie? He got Zombie.
Yeah,
I got
Zombie.
honestly, if I'm keeping it short and quick, I love them all for different reasons. But if I'm going favorite, I'm going Zombies. So that's
Zombies
two.
are-
Phil went
Two
original.
zombies. I'm shocked.
Phil went
Zombies,
original.
man.
Will, what do you
We
got?
had the best Loomis.
Yeah, we'll do. Let's do
I
Loomis
go-
next.
I go original. It's not even close. It's not even close for me.
Oh man.
It's a landslide
Yeah.
for me. I go original.
Will,
Carpenter.
what about Angie? If you're watching with her, and now you watch this stuff with her, what does she like better?
She's asleep.
That's what I thought. That's what I
Smart.
Rightfully
thought.
so.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
She's out.
Our taping
Did you
does.
like-
Our taping
so
does
Will-
seem to go later than planned most of the time. And when I
Did
say
you
most
even
of the time,
like
I
the
mean all
zombie
of the time.
movie?
Oh, that's a good question.
I did like the first zombie movie.
That's what we're talking. We're gonna keep it first. If we could get into the second one for days about.
Yeah.
That's an
Mm.
absolute
Criticism.
nightmare.
Nobody
I
wants
don't
to
even
talk
want to talk
about
about the second one.
Oh, okay. He
That's
tried.
absolute garbage. I don't. Yeah.
That bad?
I would disagree, but that, again, that's a whole nother. That's a whole nother
I
show.
love the
But
second
go ahead.
one.
Oh.
All right, yeah. So Will, what you got, man?
I go original Myers, John Carpenter.
So wait, what's wrong with this? What's wrong with the new one? What's wrong with the new one? No one likes the new one.
So
Well,
the
it's
new
not
one.
that I don't like
the
it, it's
difference
just that-
is the new one is a continuation of
Yeah.
John Carpenter's.
Mm.
I also
Michael
thought it
Myers.
was more kind of like sort
You're
of like
right,
an
you're right,
action
Jim.
film in a way.
You're
When
right.
it got
An
towards the
action
end.
Well,
film.
here's what they did differently in the new
It got
one.
a lot more actiony.
Is
Oh,
Than
because
the
of
other
Jamie
ones.
Lee
Yeah.
Curtis.
Jamie Lee
Yeah,
Curtis
I
has Jamie Lee Curtis evolved as a character.
Yeah, she almost came in there like
that's
Sarah
really-
Connor and
And
shit.
I love that. You didn't love that? I love
liked
that.
it.
No, I did like
I'm
it.
not saying
I'm
I
not saying I
didn't.
liked
it a lot.
The question was which Michael Myers
Yes.
was my favorite.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
The character wise.
yeah, character wise is the original.
Gotcha.
And it's for me it's because John Carpenter himself said to make Michael Myers scary, he had to make him a regular man, and that for
Okay.
me is so much scarier than some of the later ones where he became the shape, where he was no longer just a regular man. He's evolving as a killer, But in the original one, he's just a regular
Plus,
man.
he was
and that's pretty
he came from a good family in the original one. You know what I mean? There
Yeah.
wasn't like, all right, this is why that kid is this way. It was like, why,
Well, we
why
didn't
is
really
he
get to
that
see.
way?
We didn't get to see the
Questionable.
family in the original.
Well,
one,
you
so
saw
we
enough.
can't-
I
we
mean,
can't
not the
say.
whole
Did
time, but
we?
you saw enough of them
I
to.
don't know.
It
You
was
don't know.
assumed.
Yeah,
It was assumed.
It was
yeah, it was
assumed,
insinuated. Yeah, it was
but-
insinuated.
I guess,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
So, well, you said your favorite Michael Myers, but your favorite Halloween movie, what would that be?
Well, here's the thing. To Ron's point, Halloween 2, the one that takes place mainly in the hospital. I feel like 1 and 2 is just one long film. It's a continuation. So
I think they made it that way on purpose.
Yeah, they did.
He did do it on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He did.
Oh yeah.
100%. Yep. You were right.
They're my two favorites.
Because even then, at that time,
I
like,
shot him 6 times.
yeah, you didn't have like a cliffhanger like that at the end of a movie back then. You know what I mean?
I would like to say, though, to everybody's point here, I'm going to go ahead and say, as a character, classic Michael Myers, John Carpenter Michael Myers is the best as a character.
Right.
Now, I am going to concede to the other's point, though. I do think that Rob Zombie's movie is up there with my favorites. And I know that people got mad like Phil, and I knew that somebody was going to bring it up, and I couldn't wait because I knew that one of us would. Yeah. That they're pissed about the childhood part. And
it was too much.
I was a little bit too at first. And the reason why was I was like, man, this is really going on for a long time. I'm like, I'm watching a kid.
I don't want to start feeling bad about Michael Myers.
I didn't feel bad. That's the best part. I didn't feel bad. And I love that they made him gigantic. I thought that was such a friggin' unique thing to do. I don't know why. He was just so menacing. Yeah. And on top of all of that,
I would say he was the scariest.
He gave me the frights the most. It depends. It was a different scare.
Dude, remember the bathroom scene where he took that other bad man,
dude,
and just made
that
him
dude
go
was talking
bye-bye.
mad smack too. He kind of had a good, like, after he said the word, you were like, all right, dude, you deserve it
even
now.
better than that, he killed the guy that helped him out the most. He's like, Mikey, I was good to you.
Yeah, what about the new one?
Killed him. Oh my god!
Yeah, it was Danny, man. Danny Trejo, always getting killed.
It succeeded in John Carpenter's vision in that sense. He did keep the minus the childhood story. Childhood story. It did keep the typical John Carpenter. He is not understandable. No, he kills for no. It's just he's like Jamie Lee Curtis says in the newest one. The shape. He is just this murderous shape. And I think that people don't give Rob Zombie enough credit because of the early childhood scenes. And I think that it's wrong because I think that, and I really do think he put his heart and soul in that. And on top of all of that, Malcolm McDowell's performance gets really underrated because Dr. Loomis is so great in the originals. But Malcolm McDowell,
he was good too. He was a
job.
He was a good second act.
I'm sick.
Yeah, he did.
It's hard
people just completely, they're just neglected. It's like he wasn't even in the movie. One of the greatest actors of all times.
Yeah, you can't compare the two. It's a great point, man.
Exactly. And that's why the franchise is so good because the franchise has gone out of place quite a few times. Yep. Curse of Michael Myers, Season of the Witch, Rob Zombie's part. And it's still able to be like, we're just going to bring it back here. And everybody's like, okay. Like, we don't care. Let's do it. Let's try it again this way. And the newest one, as a continuation, I thought was a little bit weird and was pretty action-y. And I thought that the daughter of Jamie Lee Curtis was insufferable.
Yeah, well, she's kind of like crappy and everything.
Wait, you called her insufferable, but the girl in the beach house was great? Is that what you're telling me?
I didn't like her in Jurassic World.
No, I'm just asking because compared to the
like, why would Ant-Man have married her? I don't even see any of that.
No, she's insufferable as a character, but here's the thing. You didn't let me finish because she's amazing the last second, and it was like a cliffhanger of a TV show where you're like, oh, I need to see her after this truck ride when they see the fire trucks go into that house.
Yeah, that was great.
And they're all just... That was
great.
Talk about great scenes. All of them just screaming in agony. Like a bunch of jabronis. Like, for real. Like, they're just screaming at nothing. They're just so scared and terrified that they're in the back of the truck going safely away from this location, and they know that they're going to be safe for at least a while. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and they're like just at the top of their lungs, afraid for the entire world. I really think that was great.
Can I say that was my 8-year-old daughter's first movie we saw in theaters? So like she loved it, and like she's a Michael Myers mark.
You said 8?
Yeah, at the time she was 8.
Wow. Wait.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got
you saw her first movie in the
Dan
theater.
doesn't even have kids, and
the
he
first
said, wow.
horror movie at 8.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got to be in the theater before
and
8.
She loves it.
Wow.
I mean, so Dan, I agree.
Well,
I saw E.T.
I agree
in the
100%.
theater. I was like 2.
100%. I did see Halloween when my first time on AMC's Fear Fest.
Yeah.
Their 30 when they used to do 31 days of
Oh,
Halloween.
yeah,
back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
They still do it, but
They
only
still
for
do
like
it.
a week.
Yeah.
And I
know
only
that.
watched the edited version.
Yeah.
So I
That's
still
awesome.
found the way that John Carpenter's edited Halloween still scared the
Really
stuff out of
did.
me as a
It
kid.
holds up.
Wow, that's,
Yeah,
that's
because there's
deep.
not really a whole
Yeah.
lot in it that you got to edit out
There's
for
not.
TV, to be
That's
honest.
deep. That's deep, man. That's deep.
It's a good
But there's a
point.
lot of boobs.
Well, yeah, there's that.
Yeah, there's that. There's some.
I didn't know that Kate Winslet was naked in the Titanic until I was 20, by the way. Fun
There's
fact.
no
So-
boobs in the new one though. That's what sucks. There's no boobs in the new
There's
one. I don't
not.
think.
Are you sure?
I don't.
I
I
don't
mean,
think-
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
so.
so.
I could be wrong, but I don't think so,
I
man.
don't think so.
So 2 questions about the newest one, actually. I want to hear from everybody here. What did you think about that weird psychiatrist helping Michael Myers twist?
Great twist.
Found that really,
Great twist. I loved it.
really.
I love the
So
twist.
then also, what did you think about the baby scene, which is the most talked about scene,
I
where
like
he
the
walked
teeth.
away from killing that baby?
I like when the teeth. That was my favorite scene.
So
Okay.
a lot of people,
But that fits.
everybody talked about your argument, Phil, with him being like too much of a kid and knowing too much about him and taking away from his just complete ruthlessness of being the scary shape. How did you feel about him sparing that baby child that you thought he was going to murder in the newest one?
Dan's a genius. I gotta say. Jesus, Dan. Hey, man.
Thought about this.
Yeah.
Thought about this,
Wow,
guys.
Dan is.
Because he walked away, and we're talking about.
But it's not the
zombies film
first
where he didn't-
time. But he did it before, though.
That's true. He
He's
did.
done it
Yeah,
before.
he
He
does
doesn't
like to
go
kill a
after
lot
the
before.
real little babies.
Yeah, wasn't there a kid
Remember,
in the
even in
original
Zombies, he
one? Wasn't there a
liked-
kid on the street that he let go to?
Yeah,
That
even,
was
That's
his
all-
sister. That was his
yes,
sister,
there
though.
was the one
No,
on the street.
just like a random
walked
kid,
up.
I think, in the
But
first
so-
movie.
But he's let
Yeah,
little
I-
babies
see,
go
yeah.
before.
So that's weird to me.
It is weird.
Then
Why does
the
he do
whole
that,
thing-
right?
And also, why did they focus on it so much in this Halloween? Like you're talking about walk-bys. He's
Oh,
walking
man.
down the street. Everybody's trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
He's not dumb, so he's not going to start slashing throats in the middle of the street and everybody's going to look at
Yeah,
him.
but don't you remember? He used to call, even in the zombie one, he called the baby Boo. Even when he was a psychotic kid, like he had a soft spot for
That's
the
true,
baby,
yeah.
for the baby.
Oh,
Remember
well,
that?
that's zombies' take. Yeah, now I do
Yeah,
actually.
he had a soft spot for the baby until a certain point
Actually,
when he
I
was Michael
think
Myers later.
Even in the original, I think he did say something
Yeah,
too. If I'm
until it was like in the basement later on in Zombies where he's like, oh, she stabs him or something. He's like, oh, then he flips it. But he had a week. It's not the first time that point was made.
Wow. Now that I'm thinking about it, I never thought about it. And he did spare, what was her name? Jamie from my favorite one,
Yeah.
number
Yeah,
4.
Jamie.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that that dynamic between that, and I really wish that was more closer to 1 and 2.
What was that?
And
the Curse
the
of
Season
Michael
of the
Myers,
Witch.
right? That's the one you're talking about.
The
Number 4.
Return of Michael Myers,
Yeah,
and
that was
maybe
the
The
first.
Curse.
She was in 2
I'm
of
not
them.
sure.
She did 4
She
and
was
5.
in 4 and 5.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Remember
remember
how
seeing
and
the
I-
Curse in the theater.
Remember how it
When I
ends with
saw it.
5, right? She's like the killer at the end of 5. She had a knife.
Yes.
Yeah, that was an interesting spin.
Yeah.
It was. So, Will, what do you think about the baby? And I want to know what you think about the doctor twist, because I hated it.
You didn't
I
like
hated
it?
that
Yeah,
psychiatrist
you didn't
helping
like
him
it?
out.
So
I thought
yeah,
that was the
I agree
stupidest
with
part of the
You
movie.
can't keep telling the
I
same
don't
story
like
over
the
and over
Doctor
again,
twist.
too.
I saw the twist coming, but I was not a big fan of the Doctor twist at all.
You saw that coming?
Um,
Yeah.
I did.
I
They
did
were
too,
like,
Will.
"Why just that?
It
I
What
did.
you say?"
I did. I saw
didn't
it.
see it coming.
I did.
I was shocked. I was legit
It didn't
like,
fit.
I didn't like
When
it as
did you
much.
guys? When did you guys see that coming though?
There
I-
were certain things in his dialogue which might have been a precursor to what was coming for me, and I watch a lot of this stuff. You know, this is what I do, so it wasn't hard to tie those pieces together. But I felt like it didn't fit in the story. I felt like it was a little forced, almost like Danny McBride was like, I gotta throw something in here to throw people off. What the hell? Like I felt like
He could have just stabbed him and left it at that. It would have
Yeah.
saved 5 minutes of nonsense because it didn't have anything to do with the movie.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And to your point, that the baby, I love this because it goes back to what drives Michael Myers. He's not your typical killer. The dude is driven to bring something full circle from the beginning till the end. He's not like other slashers out there at all. This guy has reasoning. He's smart. He's very complex in what he's trying to accomplish.
He's very strategic with what he does.
Though? I mean, he didn't get
evil.
Candy.
He's pure. He's driven by evil, right?
But what is his reason? I'm just curious. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong, but what is his
reason? His main reason is to kill Laurie Strode. I mean, that's right. What his drive.
No, absolutely, but I mean.
And smash anything that gets in his way of doing that, basically.
And anything gets in his way, right?
Well, and anything that's kind of related.
HCO,
and anything related.
He could just randomly snap too. So he don't really have a method either. I mean, that is his main method. But if you catch him, and he's on his way there, and you piss him off, he's gonna kill your ass too.
Yeah, it's not a good road.